The NBA Summer League is already upon us, and this is where guys who are lesser known get to show up, show out, and prove themselves for them to get a contract, maybe a two-way. And even you have guys who are on a two-way right now, and they want to, take this opportunity to prove themselves and to get a main roster spot. Every year we have some dudes who absolutely show up, take over, and get that official roster spot. But we also have some guys where this is probably the last we'll ever see them playing in one of the highest stages. Most of these guys are going to get sent down to, the G League, and most of these guys are going to get sent down to overseas playing in Israel or, China or some shit. And I think Summer League is like college basketball. It's a college basketball all-star game in my opinion. Because not only do you have guys from this past year's draft, but you also have guys from 2 years ago. Like you got guys like Timmy, and Drew Timmy's putting up 20 points a game. Shit is unbelievable. Feels like old time's sake. But let's jump in to number one. It's the thumbnail. Kyle Filipowski. Kyle Filipowski. You remember this guy from Duke? I mean, you should. But this past season in the NBA, he was getting minutes, but he wasn't getting, significant minutes. This year in Vegas, the dude is showing off his range, his rebounding, and I mean, just having the handles he has for a 6'11 forward is, unbelievable. And what people seem to forget about Kyle Filipowski is that Kyle Filipowski was low-key the guy at Duke. It wasn't Jared McCain that year. It was Kyle Filipowski. It was Kyle this, Kyle that. The guy was unbelievable. He was a stretch. Could play the big. He could do whatever you needed on the floor. But at Duke, draft scouts, they question his athleticism and, his NBA ceiling. Maybe he's just a college basketball player like most of these guys end up being. But now he's kind of proving that he can be the stretch. I mean, if the Jazz give this guy a serious chance, I think there is just undoubtedly no way this guy isn't a significant piece in the Utah Jazz's fucking, future. Like, he's probably getting, Lauri Markkanen is probably watching this being absolutely scared shitless. Because Kyle Filipowski is coming, man. I'm telling you. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Number 2 on the list I have is Drew Timmy. I mentioned Drew Timmy before. But Drew Timmy, it's so refreshing to see someone like him put up 20 points a game. Because we all remember him from Gonzaga. And, the fact that he went undrafted is kind of unbelievable, but in Vegas he's kind of proven everybody wrong and that he should have been drafted. In the 3 games he's played so far in the Summer League, 22-9, 30-5, 24-10. This guy was a Gonzaga legend, and now he's an NBA Summer League legend. The guy is turning up when it matters the most for him, and I don't see how this guy is not on the 15-man roster by October, because he looks electric. But I think Drew Timmy has solidified himself as a main roster piece and will probably be seeing minutes this next NBA season. And for me, number 3, this guy, I love the way this guy plays. I've loved him from college. I've loved him from Texas Tech. I've loved him from Illinois. And you probably know where I'm going with this, Terrence Shannon Jr. I thought this guy was going to be the Rookie of the Year. It was a bad draft class this past year. A very bad draft class. But Terrence Shannon was the best player in my opinion. He fell really because of his age in the draft, but I didn't even care. Like, he was undoubtedly the best player in that draft in my opinion, and I still believe that. And he is really showing it, and he's low-key kind of proving me right, but obviously not, because Stephon Castle and Jared McCain were also very good, but they were doing it in the real games. But Terrence Shannon's just in a bad spot in Minnesota. But if you put Terrence Shannon on the Wizards, there's no reason why he's not averaging 18 points per game on the main roster. Like, this Summer League, there's not been a game Terrence Shannon has played in that he hasn't gone over 20 points. Let me read this out to you. 26-9, 6-9, 24-7-3, 24-5-3. Terrence Shannon is unbelievable. Now, I will say the turnovers might be a little bit of an issue. He had 7 turnovers against the Pistons. But when are turnovers not an issue for today's NBA game? I think everybody turns the ball over, and it doesn't matter so much. He's the kind of guy that could 100% sneak into the rotation for the Timberwolves this year. And if he doesn't, honestly, I think you got to get up out of there. He is too good to be rotting on the bench. And I love me some Terrence Shannon Jr. So I hope he gets that all figured out, and I hope he sees some serious minutes. Now, number 4 for me, Caleb Love. Caleb Love went undrafted, and he got picked up by the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, everybody was like, oh, he should have left after the 22 season with North Carolina when they went to the Final Four. And I agree. He should have, because he tanked his draft stock and he didn't end up getting drafted. But right now in the Summer League, he is kind of proving everybody wrong. As, I'm Caleb Love. I'm a shot chucker. I'm an inefficient shot chucker, which, I believe he is. But right now, he is kind of tearing it up. He's had his last couple games. He scored 18 points in his first, 18 points in his second, and then 17 in the next. He actually went 17 and 12. That's 12 rebounds. Yes, 12 rebounds, Caleb Love. Last game was a classic inefficient Caleb Love game. But, he's kind of putting up points, and I would consider him a win for the Summer League. As an undrafted guy, if you're putting up 18, and 17, that's a win. And the Portland Trailblazers are definitely on notice, and they could definitely use someone like him as, he's an ISO guard, and his game fits perfectly for the NBA. Wasn't necessarily great for college, but that ISO get a bucket is totally Caleb Love. He might brick most of the time, but he can get a bucket, and he's we know him as he's clutch. He's clutch in the moments. He was clutch in college. There's no reason why he can't be. Oh, that's lightning. Hopefully you didn't hear that. But hopefully he stays clutch in the NBA Summer League, and maybe solidifies a roster spot. But he's someone I see as a G League player for this year at least, and maybe he can get picked up to the main roster, because I don't know how good the Portland Trailblazers are going to be this year. But I guess we'll just have to see. But number 5, I'm going to go with Liam McNeely from the Charlotte Hornets and from the UConn Connecticut Huskies. If you don't know him yet, you will. I'm sure you know him because he was a lottery pick. But Liam was someone that I wasn't necessarily all that impressed with at UConn. But, in the 2 games he's played, he's balled. 22 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 14, 5, and 2. He's doing it. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it throughout the whole Summer League, but for the beginning of this, he's looking pretty good. And if you're a Charlotte Hornet fan, you got to be pretty happy. But I would like to just let you guys know to tone it down a little bit, because I've watched Liam McNeely for a while now. And, he's like Caleb Love in the sense that, he's kind of inconsistent. He has spurts. He has definitely very cold spurts. You don't know what you're going to get with this guy. But Liam McNeely is just someone that I just like to root for. He's such a nice guy. He's just one of those. And, I think Liam... What do I predict Liam? I think he's going to be a G League player to start us off. Or start his career. But maybe he can get elevated to the main roster. Well, you would hope, because he's a lottery pick. But I think for starters, he's probably going to be in the G League, work his way out. And, I think that's what's going to be in store for him this upcoming season. But if you like the video, subscribe. Please subscribe. Imagine if I'm just walking into, the bar, and I see a bunch of girls, and then I pull up my subscriber count, and it says, 10,000, bro. That'd be so lit. So... If you like the content, you could subscribe, but if you want to see your boy get play, please subscribe, bro. Come on. You know what to do, baby.